the Sheldon Adelson effort to relocate the Oakland Raiders from Oaktown to Las Vegas is dead. Adelson devised a scorched earth effort, complete with a statement that has ruined the Raiders' ability to build the stadium in Las Vegas. And in the wake of Adelson's action, you already have some Nevada politicians, and I might add, major level Nevada politicians, fighting over the $750 million subsidy. Now, those who believe that the Raiders can carry on, obviously the Raiders believe this, and succeed in building a stadium in Las Vegas, forget a number of facts. Among them, that Sheldon Adelson, first of all, paid for the campaigns of many current members of the Nevada legislature and their challengers, hired lobbyists to obtain the votes necessary to pass the Senate Bill 1, which included the $750 million subsidy, made deals with labor unions. Remember that? If you followed this, for special consideration regarding wages and salaries with respect to stadium construction, and used his Las Vegas Review-Journal to churn out positive article after positive article after positive article on the effort, his effort, to build an NFL stadium for the Raiders in Las Vegas and get them away from Oakland. All of that is gone. And where we are now is, consider this. The Las Vegas Review-Journal on January 29th issued an article that announced Goldman Sachs financing in jeopardy after Adelson departure from Raider deal, or words to that effect in the title. Okay. And then within the article said that while Sheldon Adelson, remember this is Sheldon Adelson's organization, this is his news organization, his newspaper, and then in that article stated that while Sheldon Adelson did not reportedly tell Goldman Sachs not to help the Raiders, they have a long-term relationship. They have had a long-standing relationship. Those were the words. So you have Adelson's newspaper basically saying to Goldman Sachs, hey, we're not telling you to help the Raiders, but we're not telling you not to help the Raiders, but basically we're telling you not to help the Raiders through my newspaper. That's something to consider. And then, within the same article, it went on to talk about how that subsidy could be used for the University of Nevada, Las Vegas new stadium, or other needs regarding education and healthcare. And the Las Vegas Sun was even more pointed in its headline when it said that if the NFL deal doesn't work out, well, that money can be used for UNLV Stadium. And then other Nevada legislator members and Nevada politicians I have talked to and communicated with have told me that there is a great hunger to unbundle the subsidy, and that we may see, will see some effort to do that when the new Nevada legislature meets for the first time February 6th. That's right around the corner. That's right around the corner. This is February 2nd. That's right around the corner. Now, that should not be taken lightly for this reason. When the Senate Bill 1 was passed in October, which included the $750 million subsidy, October of last year, the Nevada legislature had a Republican majority. Well, this time That's flipped. The Democrats are in power. That's right. In the Assembly, there are 27 Democrats versus 15 Republicans. In the Senate, it's a narrow edge. 11 Democrats to 10 Republicans. But numerical edge it may be, all you need is one seat to give Senator Aaron Ford the power of committee assignments. And in the Assembly, Jason Frias becomes Nevada's first African-American Speaker of the House, Speaker of the Assembly, excuse me. Congratulations, Senator. Congratulations, Assembly person. And so I said Senator Frias. I meant Assembly person, or Speaker Frias is the title. He is the first African-American Speaker of the Nevada Assembly. Congratulations, Speaker. The point that is here that you have a group of Democrats emboldened, particularly after the election of Donald Trump and his actions already, to strengthen funding for services in Nevada. Remember, one of the big issues in the arguments against the stadium subsidy was the underfunded education system in the state of Nevada, and I might add in Clark County. There is a great desire to do something about that this year. There's also a great desire to do something about more jobs for Nevada's working citizens, permanent jobs, not necessarily just construction jobs, permanent jobs. Minimum wage increases are on the table as well. So there's a lot that people believe can be done with that subsidy just by unbundling it. Now consider where the Raiders are at, the Oakland Raiders, with respect to getting anything done in Las Vegas. Remember, before Adelson's departure, the Raiders had Las Vegas Sands as base and Sheldon Adelson as an angel investor. Yeah? That angel investor paid for studies, lobbyists, political campaigns, contributions, and all other types of expenditures related to what we call pre-development work. That's gone. Gone. The Raiders would have to find an organization to pick up that slack. They would have to find an organization to pick up that monetary slack, first of all. Second, they would have to find an organization with the kind of political power that Las Vegas Sands and Sheldon Adelson has. Good luck. Third, the Raiders do not own the land that's still outstanding. They don't have a stadium cost study done. They don't have an actual design plan, because the plan that they were working on was with Sheldon Adelson. All those meetings that Mark Davis had were with Mr. Adelson. So they were Adelson specific. Adelson's gone. If you think about the amount of time that was spent in doing that, going back to September, October, November, December, January, this is now February, that's 5 months of work on that alone, not to mention the work during the SNTIC period, okay? I'm saying 5 months, and that's 6 months right there. That's 6 months. So to believe that the Raiders and the NFL, and the NFL owners in particular, are going to sit and wait for Mark Davis to take another year plus to try to get something going in Davis is unrealistic. For one particular reason. The clock on the use of that subsidy is ticking. The legislation states that basically the use period of that subsidy runs out in October of this year. That's right, 2017. So Mark Davis does not have a lot of time. And let's do some thinking here, all right? Let's say that through some miracle of God, Davis gets an extension to work on this thing by the NFL. He would still have say March, April, May, June, July, August, okay, September, and then October. That's 7 months. And given the fact that they have a 6-month setback in time, that's not enough time. The subsidy will dry out. It'll be gone. Now, there is a provision they could get an extension on that, but that extension would only be 6 months. That's it, okay? So the Raiders are better off punting, which they are going to do because nothing can get done there. Those are the procedural reasons why something can't get done. Here are the political reasons. No one wants to work with them outside of anyone connected with Governor Sandoval. Specifically, that's right, the Las Vegas Stadium Authority, whose chairman, Steve Hill, is appointed by Governor Sandoval. So if Governor Sandoval happens to drop a hint that, hey, you know what, we should dissolve the stadium authority and move towards something focused on UNLV, which he did drop a hint that was in the back of his mind earlier this week. If he does that, it's curtains for the Raiders. Forget it. And that could happen. That's why I said this thing is falling apart. If you are at the stage where you are hoping for some shred of success or some lightning to strike that all of a sudden resurrects the Raiders' Las Vegas effort from the dead, you're going to be dreaming for that for the rest of your life. It's not happening. The Raiders have a stadium plan and financing in Oakland and an effort underway to keep them in the town. And I might add, there is an artist's rendition of what a stadium will look like, a new one, the Coliseum. It just hasn't been released yet, okay? It just hasn't been released yet. So there's a lot more exciting news coming from Oakland sooner rather than later. But the bottom line is this. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The Raiders in Las Vegas is over.